I'm Kelly from Homemade Texas, and today I'm discussing the history of backyard chicken bills in Texas, what went wrong with the 2021 backyard chicken bill, and what we can do to set ourselves up for success in 2023. There have been 3 unsuccessful attempts to pass a backyard chicken bill in Texas. So, what is a backyard chicken bill anyway? They weren't all exactly the same, but generally those bills would overrule HOAs or local government ordinances that prohibit the keeping of a few backyard chickens. Basically, they would have allowed people to keep up to 6 laying hens in their backyards. We here at Homemade Texas are strongly in favor of keeping backyard chickens for so many reasons. Check them out in our top 10 reasons to keep backyard chickens video. In 2017, the first backyard chicken bill was introduced in the Texas Senate and passed by a vote of 30-0. The Senate floor debate on the bill was characterized largely by silly chicken puns, bad jokes, and one senator who made the news, but not in a good way, for lapsing into a foghorn leghorn impression on the Senate floor.
I say there's something that's really important that we talk about right now. And I say you mentioned a whole variety of chickens when you spoke to Senator Garcia's concerns about urban chickens, but you did not mention the most devious chicken of all. I say, in no way did you mention the word chicken hawk. I say foghorn, leghorn. I have a real fear of chicken hawks.
Yeah, remember this guy. He's gonna be important later. The 2017 bill would go on to be voted out of committee in the House, but died in the House committee calendars, which is known to lobbyists as the place bills go to die. The calendars committee meets in secret, and just one member's vote can stop a bill from advancing to the floor. Another backyard chicken bill was filed in the Texas Senate in 2019 and passed the Senate by a vote of 30-2. The 2 nay votes being Senators Nichols and Seliger. Again, the 2019 bill and its House companion bill moved successfully out of the House Agriculture and Livestock Committee, but both died in calendars. In 2021, backyard chicken bills were filed in the House and Senate, but this session there were some real differences. First of all, the world was still grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic and the food shortages and panic buying that we had experienced in the early days of the pandemic. Secondly, just as the session was getting started, Texas was hit with Winter Storm Uri, which shut down roads and crippled the state's electric grid for almost a week. People were trapped at home with no food, and those who could make it to the stores found long lines and empty shelves. The House Bill 1686 by Cortez was dubbed the Home Food Security Act. It allowed 6 backyard chickens or rabbits and front or side yard vegetable gardens. It passed the House in overwhelming fashion, with House members shouting "Freedom!" from the House floor during the vote. But then the House is usually a little rowdier than the Senate. The final vote was 143-1.
House Bill 1686 is the Personal Gardens Bill, and it ensures a chicken in every pot. I move passage. Freedom.
The question occurs on final passage of HB 1686. There have been 143 ayes, 1 nay. HB 1686 is finally passed.
The companion Senate bill by Zaffarini had been referred to the Senate Committee on Local Government. The chair of that committee was none other than Paul Betancourt. You remember him.
I say, in no way did you mention the word chicken hawk.
The Senate hearing on Zaffarini's bill was a sign that the bill was in trouble. Chair Betancourt once again dug out his foghorn leghorn impression, and he and Senator Nichols, who had voted no on the 2019 bill, were openly skeptical about the bill, appearing to think that 6 hens are too loud to live in someone's backyard.
Which you took out a noisy bee group, but I say you left those chickens in there, and they can be awfully noisy.
But no roosters.
There is a no rooster provision?
Roosters, yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. How does that? Never mind. That's right.
I'll explain it to you, Senator.
Yeah, but I say, explain it to me later. That's right. I'm just worried about those chicken hogs at this point.
At the end of the hearing, Senator Betancourt made a mysterious reference to having received a text message during the hearing from someone who was very unhappy about chickens being in the bill and would only vote for the bill if the chickens were removed.
Before I close public testimony, the Senator's offering, I did get a text message, I believe from a chicken hawk who's very unhappy about these chickens. However, he loves those rascally rabbits and would vote for the bill with just rabbits only.
In Texas, committee chairs are extremely powerful, and even if a bill has the votes to move out of a committee, which this one did, it cannot be voted on in committee unless the chair brings it up for a vote. And Chair Betancourt refused to bring it up for a vote. Not only that, he refused to discuss any kind of compromises on the bill or negotiate in any way. He simply let the bill die in committee without a vote. This is all incredibly frustrating, but it's important to remember that Texas's legislative system is designed to kill bills. It's not unusual for a bill to take several sessions to pass. It took 10 years of trying before the legislature was actually able to pass a statewide ban on texting and driving. So don't give up hope because it has died 3 times. Every legislative session is a different mix of people, personalities, and priorities. Just because it died before doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It just means it hasn't happened yet. The next time the Texas legislature will be in session is January 2023, and we are determined to pass a backyard chicken bill this time. The food supply chain situation, instead of improving after COVID and Winter Storm Uri, is in even worse condition, and many experts believe the world is headed for what is widely described as a food crisis. Texans across the state should be allowed to grow food for their family, no matter what neighborhood or city they live in. Here's what we can do differently in 2023. 1. We need to start earlier. As soon as the November 2022 elections take place, start a dialogue with your House representative and state senator's office. Tell them how important this bill is to you. We've put a link in the description where you can find out who they are. 2nd, we need boots on the ground. We'll need supporters at the Capitol every day reminding our elected officials that this issue is critical. 3rd, there's lots of work to do behind the scenes. Homemade Texas will be working with other advocacy groups to find enthusiastic and committed legislators to carry the bills, and to craft a bill that has the best chance of passing both chambers and becoming law. 4th, join us! Homemade Texas is a nonprofit organization that advocates for home independence and entrepreneurship. We've been working on cottage foods advocacy since 2009, and we're committed to helping pass legislation that empowers people to be independent at home. Memberships are inexpensive and give us the resources and momentum to help affect real change that helps people across the state to be more independent and self-sufficient. Visit our website at homemadetexas.org to become a member. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click the like button and hit subscribe to be notified when we post new content.